Hey everyone, this is Dabacabb. I'm going to do a new video series where I go through an old gameplay video that I have and we analyze things I did right, things I did wrong, and hopefully we can learn things together. So this match to start off with, I went with Genji. Genji's one of my favorite characters and I'm trying to get better at him. So start off, I died, as you can see. This video actually starts off a little bit rough. I get a couple quick deaths, but things sort of pick up and hopefully we'll be able to figure out why they picked up. So coming in, I'm just trying to find a target. I immediately see that Widowmaker Tracer shot, so I know she's my target. So I'd like to go in on her, get 3 headshots, which is awesome, but I missed my dash, which is probably the reason why this fight ends so badly. Plus Symmetra shooting me in the back with a fully charged bolt. That was awkward. In a perfect world, I would have gotten a 3 headshots, dashed her, and meleeed her, and that would have been a really quick kill, and I could have dashed out. But still, you know, kind of learning the ropes with Genji, and you know, aim is just something that you sort of pick up over time. So, if you don't know already, Torbjorns are a really strong counter to Genji, just because the turret will chew through Genji. Genji relies really heavily on not taking damage at all through evasion, so he just can't tank the turret bolts. Coming in on Junkrat, it's always a good idea to stay in the air as much as possible, because between the traps and the mines on the ground, there's a pretty good chance that you could just die just by stepping where you shouldn't. So I'd like to go in and get Junkrat again, but I noticed it's Symmetra. And I've got my ult, so this is a super easy kill. I know there are people on the point, so let's get the easy Bastion kill, get Mercy, and get the turret. And for the most part, we clean them up. When you hear the Junkrat ult, it's always a good idea to, if you can, stop what you're doing and support your teammates by killing the... let's get this quick Widowmaker kill. She is not in a good position for that. To support your team by shooting the tire if you can. Junkrat. So this is a mistake. I should not have gone into the room for cover. That's sort of like a reflex action. You think being behind a wall is safe, but in this situation with Junkrat, being in a room is more dangerous because there's just more opportunities for the grenade to bounce back into me. So I would have been much better off going outside and fighting near the payload. I would have been able to capture the point, and I also would have, you know, avoided a couple bounces hopefully. So I took some damage, hitting back to the payload and Lucio to get some heals in, and then I'm going to go see if I can hunt down that Bastion, the Widowmaker. There's the Bastion. I don't necessarily want to fight him head on with the Mercy there, so I'm going to try and back into the door but miss, and back into the potted plants instead. But I'm still going to focus on the Bastion because Genji's a really strong counter. My plan right here was to come around behind him and either dash through him and take cover behind that bus if he did not shoot at my deflect, or if he did shoot at my deflect, it'd be super easy. That was my super clutch.
More people are on it.
Oh, that's my brother. I set my shadow play to record only gameplay footage, but I did not realize at the time that that also records my Discord. So you'll occasionally hear my brother in the background chatting. Now, here's if you're a Genji player, pay attention to this. I'm keeping a very specific mid-range between myself and Mei. Mei will counter Genji really hard, so instead of running in and getting into close range combat, I'm trying to stay just outside of her Ice Blast range until I could confirm a kill with a dash, and I dashed in and finished her off. I went for the Widowmaker. This was going to be an awkward fight, but as soon as the Mercy shows up, I know I can get 2 easy kills. So I try and get my 3rd, but unfortunately, Soldier gets a body shot on me with the rockets, which is, I think, 120 damage, and he completely finishes me off, which is unfortunate because I just needed 1 more slash, and I would have finished him off. So we're in a pretty good spot. This game's going quickly and well. I've got a couple of backline targets.
Block me from shooting their Junkrat. I don't fucking know where you are or where you're aiming.
That's my brother. Okay, so at first, I don't know why, I thought that the soldier in this room was a friendly soldier, which was totally incorrect. But as soon as I realized that he was an enemy, I got out of there pretty quickly and wasted Mei's ult. So overall, it was a net gain, except for here. I got so distracted by the tire that I didn't check my corners, which is a big mistake when you're someone as fragile as Genji. I assumed that since Mei can heal with her ice, cryo freeze or whatever, and since Soldier can heal with his I don't know the name of that thing either. Since both Soldier and Mei could heal each other, I figured that after that encounter they would just heal up and they wouldn't go for the health pack, which was an incorrect assumption. But right now, I think that going in would be a little bit too dangerous. Most of them are still alive. I don't know where any of them are, so right now I'm just trying to find a little bit of damage on people, get my charge up without overextending. They know where I am, so I decided this is a position I need to abandon. I take a peek out here. I see that Pharah is in a position where she can rocket me, so I'm going back to the old position. And what I want to do is I want to find the Bastion, except he just ulted, so I don't want to find him anymore, because he will kill me. He will one-shot me. Bastion's blasts do 200 damage, if you didn't know that. But I do want to find the Widowmaker, who I can tell is up here somewhere, so I finish her off really quickly. Looks like ults are going out, so let's see if I can contribute. Here's an easy kill into a double kill, and we secure the win. Soldier is out of position there. So a little bit of a rough start in this game, but things got a little bit smoother. I burned an ult from Mei, which helped us out at the end. I got a couple Widowmaker kills, but overall it was a pretty fast and pretty straightforward match that went in our favor. This next match is much more complicated. It's actually one of my favorite matches that I've played in Overwatch. It was really close. I felt like the teams were really evenly matched, and there was a lot of back and forth. So let's go ahead and switch over. Alright, this second map I selected Reaper. I'm still kind of trying to learn Reaper, so I make some clunky, awkward plays, unfortunately. But this game's going to be more about high-level strategies rather than learning Reaper specifically. So I think I should have probably focused more on following the Symmetra and finished her off. Those turrets probably weren't doing too much damage to me. But right now I want to try and find a good spot where I can come in from the side. Obviously with Reaper you want to be as sneaky as possible. Never want to come in the front door. It's just not really a good idea because you can do stuff like that and put shotgun blasts in people's face. Reaper versus tank, it's a pretty easy win, so I want to go in against this Zarya. Unfortunately, they get back up really quickly, and all three of those people were really low. But I would have died if I stayed. So I peace out and get a health pack. And right here, the Reaper of the enemy team, he just ulted, and I've got 65% of my ult. So that tells me that he is way ahead of me. So here I thought I could get McCree before Zarya got me, but I didn't realize she had full charge, and I don't know where those other two came from. So that was a mistake on my part, but it was kind of a gamble, but unfortunately it didn't pay off. Anyways, so the Reaper was ahead of me in ult charge by about 35%, which is a pretty good clue to me that that Reaper is probably a better Reaper than I am, which isn't surprising because I'm relatively new to being a good Reaper. Here I'm saving my brother. You'll hear him in voice chat.
Fuck you,
He has strong feelings about McCree. When Zarya bubbles herself, if you're solo, you probably can't punch through it by yourself. So that's a good time to reload. Don't give her charge. So, anyways, Reaper on the enemy team is pretty good, and that's going to be kind of the theme of this game is me trying to counter their best player. So I've got my ult. And what I would like to do is sneak behind enemy lines and find a good surprise point where I could just unload my ult and all of them, get maybe a triple or quadruple kill. But I'm not really seeing a situation where they're all grouped up, so I'm trying to get a better vantage point. This McCree wastes half of his ult as soon as he sees me, because I just peace out. And here, this is really unfortunate. Between the Zarya shield and Lucio being slippery in the heals, I'm just unable to put out the damage into him to kill him, and I forget about the McCree behind me. I get super bad tunnel vision. That's something to be careful of. I just got so focused. What I should have done was just peace out as soon as it became clear that I wasn't killing him anytime soon. But if I had better aim, I would have been able to finish him off. That was pretty awkward on my part. So right now, I can see that we've got the point, and I want to try and basically just find a spot where I can get my ult off. I can kill this Zarya before that Lucio kills me. That Lucio's not going to do crap. So you can fairly safely ignore a Lucio in that situation. And there's a Widowmaker, and I would like to get across the map to kill her. Hopefully, by going through the middle here, I'll sneak up behind them and find a good ult opportunity. But since Lucio just ulted there, I figure I'll just try and find another opportunity. I did not go for that Zarya because My health was a little bit low. I probably should have waited that corner longer. Here, I finally find an opportunity for ult, which does not go as well as I'd hoped. Luckily, the McCree doesn't bomb me, but Lucio pushes me away, and I'm not able to get the Lucio kill. But our team wipes up, and we take the point back here. So there's a Widowmaker, which I had forgotten about again. I sort of have a trouble of being a little bit too distracted. I got distracted when I was going after Lucio, and I got distracted when I was going after... So this other Reaper has basically lapped me in ults now. I held on to my ult for so long, and he gets his ult charge so quickly, that he's gone through 2 ults, and I've only got 1 plus 0.25. A Reaper versus Reaper plus 2 backup, I can't take that fight, so I back out pretty quickly. I try and go in again, and they were waiting for me. That was dumb of me. I should have waited another second or two, so I would have had my Wraith form to escape, but I was overzealous and I wasn't able to escape with it. So that was bad play. I know that the plays that I'm making are pretty awkward at the moment, but keep in mind that that's not the focus of this video. And here's the Reaper wiping up my team. He, you know, got a kill, put some damage into us. So that's just...
McCree's press right click and kill you.
That's my brother complaining about McCree. This is super unfortunate. I went to get the health pack, but it just so turns out that McCree had also been coming back from the health pack. So that was just bad luck on my part. Essentially, I had no way of getting out of this alive. So yeah, this match isn't going well because I'm making some mistakes. But that's fine. Like every game of Overwatch, people make mistakes. The important thing is that you learn from your mistakes and understand, why you're losing. And you know, there's Reaper wiping us up. So this match is over, but it's very clear to me that the Reaper on the enemy team is their star player. He's the one who's kicking our ass. So this next match, I can't be Reaper again. He's better than me. I'm a better Overwatch player than my brother. So that automatically means that Reaper is better than a third of our team. So I've got to make some serious changes and not just stubbornly stick to Reaper. Even though in control points, or I'm sorry, in King of the Hill points, you've got a lot of clustered up people. And oh, how'd the basketball get outside? That's interesting. Anyways, I would like to play Reaper here, but I decide instead to go with Soldier. My strategy is to keep range from the Reaper, not let him get too close, keep an eye on the corners to avoid flanking, and just support from afar. My theory is that even if Reaper destroys my teammates, I can stay far enough away that I can finish him off afterwards. So this is basically where I stay this whole match, in this one corner. I keep an eye on both the corners, I put damage into the middle of the map, and basically this whole game I'm looking for the Reaper. I'm aware that he's going to be looking for situations where I see him, I immediately try and help my teammate, and we take him out. We get the point, and I get back into my conservative position where I can keep an eye on the entire map. So my team's really forward. I move in to support them. Try not to get too ballsy and rush in there. Like I said, my strategy is to stay at mid-range as much as possible. We almost get that McCree, unfortunately. I think he kills me a little bit later. But I'm a little bit concerned about that Widowmaker. Unfortunately, she's not doing very well. But for now, we've got things locked down. That McCree is somewhere up to no good. Now, notice that, yeah, okay, I keep my distance. The McCree wants to get in on us. This Widowmaker luckily misses those shots. She's not an amazing Widowmaker, I think. Or she's just so pressured that she doesn't get a chance. So, in that situation, Widowmaker and McCree were both alive. I could have turned around and run back where I came from, or I could have run right. And since McCree and Widowmaker are so accurate and effective at long range, I figured running back the way I came would pretty much be suicide. So I take a gamble and run towards the point, hoping that I could get behind Reinhardt's shield before they come in on me. Now this sucks. He jumps over my rocket, which is a pain in the ass because as you can see here, he ends with something like 110 health, I think. Yeah, 110. And the Helix rocket does 120 on a body shot. So if that had landed, if he had just not jumped, which he did to get more distance from the stairs, then I would have killed him pretty easily. So that was unfortunate. So they ulted. I'm expecting other ults to come in. And so, yep, I was correct. People tend to, when they hear their ally... So, McCree right there, he turned a corner. I didn't want that, so I immediately sprinted away. Unfortunately, I ran into a soldier and a Widowmaker, so I was just sort of surrounded on all sides. Sorry about my brother's voice in the back. Like I said, I wasn't expecting Shadowplay to record Discord when I set it to only record game footage. But anyways, we're doing much better. This strategy is in general working. I'm effectively countering the Reaper. Finish off that soldier. And even though that they were capturing the point, I'm not going to go in on that Reaper and that Zarya. So I'm just keeping my distance and putting damage into people. And now that people are safely dead, I can heal up. And yep, see, that's what I'm afraid of. So now we can go in and start capturing the point. My teammates are here. Things are safe. So this very conservative, this very counter-focused strategy has been working extremely well. Now, because the soldier was going in on my teammates, I immediately decided to go in and back them up. If he were focusing on me, I would have run for cover, but I don't even think he saw me. So my best bet at this point is to get in and try and kill him as quickly as possible to mitigate damage, and it worked. So this next map, the control point has those walls towards both spawn points, which makes the map a little bit more claustrophobic and close quarters, which is bad because that's exactly what the enemy Reaper wants. And Soldier won't be able to excel quite as well with that mid-range, so my plan is to switch to Junkrat and just lob bombs non-stop into the control point. And we'll see how this goes. This is a pretty close match. Let me see. So with Junkrat, what I try to do is just keep my steel trap down in a decent spot as much as possible. If you don't have a steel trap down, then just throw it out there. It just sort of does its job on its own without worrying. So I jump up here thinking that Reaper might try and flank from that side, and he's not there. So I switch back to just throwing grenades at the control point. That's all you do as Junkrat on King of the Hill. Reaper's on me, so I throw the concussion mine between us. And that's a good strategy for new Junkrats if you're not familiar. You blow it up between yourself and the opponent. It pushes them away from you, and it pushes you away from them. It's great at creating distance. So most of my teams dead or just arriving, so I don't want to go in. This Reaper, fortunately, he dies. So there's my trap. Goes off, like I said. Doesn't hurt just to throw those out there. That McCree probably would have wiped up a couple of us. So this Reinhardt should be more aggressive, this Reinhardt than May. We just killed 2. That's a good opportunity to go in. But unfortunately, we did not really coordinate very well. But I've got my tire, and I get the Reaper. Zarya intelligently moved forward to bait out my tire and counter it with the shield, which worked. It saved her, but it didn't save any of her teammates. So right now, I don't want to go in on the point. Junkrat's not very good at direct combat, so I just sort of stick around the outskirts and put grenades in. I don't want to get into anyone's face. Here, I try and get into a flanking position. What I think I should have done was wait another second or two so I had my concussion mine in case I got into trouble. I almost killed that Zenyatta, but as soon as people come in, I immediately peace out and almost missed that jump. And my priority is going back to defending this point. I noticed now watching this video that I saw the Reaper in the background, but I don't think I spotted him when I was watching or when I was playing the first time. So that was me putting distance between myself and the Reaper, even though the Reaper didn't see me. Because all you had to do was turn around, and that would have gone very badly. So that's awesome. The Lucio pushes away the Reaper right before he ults, and probably saves himself at least, and maybe one other. The match is generally going well. I'm being my sort of conservative, stay in the back, focus on countering people strategy is working pretty well so far. Don't remember if I get this Zenyatta here. No, but I just throw out some damage. Try and keep them on the defensive. Don't want to be over aggressive. That's me. That's my brother talking. That was me typing the wrong thing, trying to be supportive of my teammates. Don't want to fight the high noon. I wait for the click, wait for the trigger pull. So Genji's behind me, and I know there are people in front of me, so I flee into the middle. which turns out to be the wrong play. What I should have done was flee into the side area with the overlook. That would have been the only safe place, but I took a gamble. I figured there was a chance that the middle was safe, and unfortunately I was incorrect. So at this point, I know there are two people in front of me. I got my tire, and I really want to blow up my tire. But I know if I just throw in my tire on its own, just without my teammates there, number one, they won't be able to capitalize on it. And number two, the enemy will be able to focus it without any other pressure. So I give them a second to show up, and then I send the tire in for the Zenyatta. And now I'd hoped that my team would be a little bit more aggressive, that they would come in on the tire and take the point behind it. But I don't know what they're doing. And this was a bad mistake. I take cover towards their spawn, which I think was probably the decision that really screwed us over this game. Because if I had fled towards our cover, towards our spawn, I would have lived. I would have been able to potentially kill that Reaper and stay in combat much longer and support my teams in this fight. But unfortunately, now we're at 94%, and Genji's ulting, and this really isn't looking good for us. It's overtime. I'm not really in a position where I can do much. I probably should have been a little bit more forward, but there's Genji. I go in just to contest, and unfortunately get killed. So I made a couple of misplays here with Junkrat, but the important thing to remember is even if you're bad with the character, you can still be good at the game by making intelligent choices about strategy and counters. So anyways, this has been my strategy shoutcast where I analyze my plays. If you would like me to analyze any of your gameplay footage, please send me a clip. Keep in mind it should be 1080p. Thanks.